Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review and a demo of this brand new product by Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is called the Dipbrow Gel. This came out as part of their spring summer collection along with the Riviera palette, the dewy spray, whatever it's called, do something, do me, I don't know, and the loose highlighters. So the shade that I got mine in is in the shade Chocolate. That's generally the shade that I've tended to use in the past with the normal Dipbrow pomade. I've tried other shades in the past, such as dark brown as well as medium brown, but Chocolate is always the one that I seem to gravitate towards the most. But what I have heard of with the Dipbrow gel is you can use normally about 3 to 4 shades, and generally it will tend to match you and kind of go seamlessly with your eyebrows. I am going to do a demo of this product just to show you guys how it works. So let me just read to you what their claims are about this product off of the website. First off, let me just show you what it looks like up close. I actually really like this cardboard packaging that they've come in. You get to see the product in here so you can see the colour of what you're buying. And it's a really nice, sleek casing. And then when you open it up, this is what it looks like. It doesn't look too dissimilar to their normal brow gels. It's just that that one has got a silver lid. This one is got a gold one. I like this. I think it looks really sleek and sophisticated. So what they say off of their website, which is where I bought mine from, Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Gel is a highly pigmented brow gel with a long-lasting waterproof formula for creating fuller looking defined brows. Like Dipbrow pomade in a gel form, Dipbrow Gel is a real brow filler that delivers full coverage with a rich colour payoff. The unique formula adheres to brow hairs, builds the appearance of fullness, and dries down to a seamless matte finish. Now, I would probably agree with pretty much all of those claims, as I have used it pretty much every day since I bought it. It definitely gives a very pigmented amount of product in here. It's a liquid product. For those of you that don't know, it's a liquid version of the Dipbrow pomade, which comes in a little pot, and it's more kind of high intensity. It gives full coverage with a rich colour payoff. Completely agree. A little bit goes a really long way with this stuff. It adheres to your brow hairs like little fibres almost, and then it dries down to a completely seamless and matte finish. Yes, I would agree. Waterproof, I would definitely say that it is, because the weather in London at the moment is really crazy. It's like hailstoning, and it was raining a second ago, now it's sunny. And I have on occasion accidentally rubbed over my hand over my eyebrow, and I've been like, looked in the mirror, and it was perfectly fine. One thing I do have to say is that I actually find this more difficult to remove than the Dipbrow pomade. I have to rub my eyebrows quite a lot to get this product off, so that just shows how much it really adheres to your brow hairs. It really stays put. Now, if you were to go like this really hard over it, yeah, you are going to get some brown stuff coming off to your hands, but generally just kind of wiping around your eyebrow area, your hair area like that, and if you whack your hand over it by accident, you should be fine. To remove it, I've been using oil-based products and it comes off completely. There's just to let you know that it does stick that much to your eyebrow. Altogether, there are 11 shades, which is the same as the Dipbrow pomade, and it also retails at £19, which is quite pricey, but I think that this is worth the money. I will be really honest with you guys. When I first got it and when I first tried it, I was like, I hate it, I'm never going to buy it again. And then I kind of figured out the best way to use it, and now I absolutely love it, and I think I will definitely repurchase this again and again. Now, what it has is it comes with a medium-sized wand. I personally would have maybe preferred a slightly smaller wand, because that way it depends on the size of your eyebrows. Some of us have got quite thin eyebrows, and you may find the brush actually makes a bit more of a mess, goes above or beyond the hairs on your eyebrows, and then it means that you've got to do a lot of tidying up. But generally, for most people, it will work quite well. Now, in terms of when they say fuller looking defined brows, that's the only part that I had a slight issue with. Now, how can you create definition with a mascara wand? You can't. Now, if you're anything like me, my eyebrows are, yes, they are, I would say, the same sort of thickness, but one is slightly higher up than the other one. Now, I cannot create a straight line with a brush which has got jagged bits on it, because that's how mascara wands generally are. Mascara wands are not there to create definition. Mascara wands are just there to comb things through and just disperse products a lot better depending on what it's used for. So when they say it creates defined brows, I really don't agree, because the first time that I used it, I literally just brushed it through my eyebrows, and I was like, okay, so they look darker, they look fuller, the little gaps in between have filled out, but there's no definition around the edges at all. And the thing is, whereas you can see my eyebrows are quite thick around here, at the front, as it is for a lot of people, I need to fill it in a little bit more. And what happened was, with the mascara wand, with me trying to create definition, I actually started to create a mess above, where the brush was touching bits of my skin. So what I decided to do while the product is still wet and before it dries down is to use a angled brush. This is an Anastasia Beverly Hills dual-ended brush. It's got a spoolie on one end and then it's an angled brush on the other end. This is actually for their Dipbrow, but obviously it's up to you what you want to use it for. And what I did was, where it was still wet, I just literally took my brush and just kind of tidied around the edges, and it was perfect, it was defined, and it looked amazing. I would definitely say that once you've got that kind of technique down, you shouldn't have a problem. Another thing that I will say is that if you're somebody who's got no eyebrows, because there are people out there like that like to use the Dipbrow pomade so that they can actually draw fibers of hairs on. You can't do that with this. This needs something to attach itself to. It needs hair, basically. So in that respect, the Dipbrow pomade kind of wins out for people who haven't got that many hairs at all. Now, if you're somebody like me, even if you've got really, really fair eyebrows, it doesn't matter as long as you've got hairs. This has something to stick to and to build on, and to build up the intensity, build up that pigmentation, and therefore creating a lot more fuller, thicker looking eyebrows. So first off, make sure that your eyebrows are completely brushed through, any extra product of anything is not there, before you then move on to filling it in. So as you can see already it looks a little bit darker. Can you see how quick that was? And obviously I'm trying to make sure that I just get it on the eyebrows and nowhere else. The issue for a lot of people will be the arch, because you can't create an arch with something like this unless you've got really, really thick eyebrows. And then I'm just going to brush it up slightly, just elongate it slightly. Can you see the front of my brow is kind of empty, and I want to fill that in. But what's happening is it's getting onto my skin. You can see I've got now some of the product there. This definitely does make doing your eyebrows a lot more quick, but in certain respects as well, it's a little bit more difficult. Yeah, I can see tiny little blobs of where the actual gel has gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this clean brush now and just go around, smoothing out the gel and creating a more kind of defined eyebrow, which I personally like to have. Can you see as well that I've gone slightly overboard with the amount of product, which is very easy to do. Now I'm going to brush it out because I think that they personally look a little bit too intense for my liking. And that's one good thing about the pomade, is that you can kind of build it up, whereas this one is already very, very, very intense. Okay, so I think that they looked defined enough. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some concealer. I'm just using my Huda Beauty Overachiever concealer and a concealer brush, just to tidy around the edges slightly, because they need it, basically. I need to make the top especially look a little bit sharper. Very, very light amount of concealer. See that bit of black that was there, or brown, chocolate, whatever it is? It's now gone. See that? Okay, what I'm going to do now is, I think they look sharp enough, but I just feel that this area is still too thin. So I'm just going to take some of the gel onto this angled brush, because goddamn, this gel is so intense. It's like, it's almost too intense. Look at that on I just wiped it off this brush. That's how much came off. And it dries down pretty quickly, so it's already dried down. So that's how this eyebrow looks like. I am going to do the other one off camera, and then I will come back and finish off my review. Okay, so both my eyebrows are done, and obviously because this is already a gel, you don't need to set it, you don't need to put anything additional on it. It's all done. Let's touch it. Let's see. It's got a slight grubby texture to it, is the only way I can describe it. Like, You know when you put like thick pomade stuff in your hair and it has that weird kind of, not sticky feeling, but you can feel there's product on there. But generally, are you really going to be touching your eyebrows? No, not really. When you wear makeup on your face, you don't tend to touch your face. And let me just go like this. There's nothing on my finger at all, which is great. So yeah, I would actually give this a 9 out of 10. The only reason I don't give it a pure solid 10 is because of the fact that you can't create defined brows. You can just make them a lot more full. If you've got very, very, very sparse, very fair eyebrows, this will definitely bring them alive. If you've got really, really thick, dark eyebrows and maybe you've got 1 or 2 gaps in there, you will easily be able to fill those in without having to worry about faffing around too much. Maybe I would have preferred if they had put like an angled end on the other end, just so that they could work with each other to create something a little bit more defined. Because if you do have this, you are going to have to use something a little bit more angled to get a little bit of definition. Obviously, not everybody's going to want that definition every day. Sometimes it is nice to just kind of go and just be out the door. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are about this. If you are thinking about getting it, if you're not thinking about getting it, I think I will definitely get it again. But now that I've obviously seen how dark this shade of chocolate actually is in comparison to the pomade, I think I might get medium brown next time, just because it delivers such an intense amount of pigment in one hit that it can be difficult to control the amount that comes out. And that's it. What else can I say? Oh, on my lips I'm wearing one of the new Huda Beauty Power Bullets. It's in the shade Third Date. And that's it. I hope you guys are great, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.